What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I have a special guest, Mr. Aaron from RTS. How are you, sir?
Doing well, doing well. Appreciate you taking time and having me on today.
Absolutely. I had a coworker of yours on a couple of weeks ago. They were talking about, I think, the fuel cards, but so many questions popped up regarding the factoring side. And I said, well, let's see if we can get someone to talk about the factoring. And so the first question is, and I had this question a while back myself, what is factoring and how can it benefit one's company?
So factoring in a nutshell is mainly when you're taking a receivable, like an invoice that you're owed. What we do is actually it's basically financing an invoice. So what it is if you in trucking, in the trucking company sense, if you run a load for a broker, you send that invoice out, you would upload that with us, and what we would do we would advance you your money on the load minus the fee that we charge, and then we would also go back on the back end and do the collections and billing for you. So it's a way to, instead of waiting the average pay terms 30 to 40 days on average, which is what the trucking industry typically is for most companies, we're able to get your cash quicker, so you can reinvest it back into your business instead of having to wait the standard pay terms. And then we'll also do the back office work for you as well.
Okay. And when you said the back office work, what does some of those things consist of?
Mainly just that paperwork that no one wants to do at the end of the month to send out the bills, right?
Yeah.
So it's just, when you're out there running, the only thing you want to concentrate on is, booking loads, making money, making sure they're delivered, and kind of building your network and relationships with shippers, brokers, dispatchers, whoever it might be. So what we'll do is, besides, paying you for the load, we're going to do the collections on it once we actually bill it and invoice it out. So all that paperwork that is involved with closing out an invoice or a PO, we'll do that for you at no additional charge.
Awesome. Does it matter the type of equipment one may be using? For example, if it's a box truck, if it's a cargo van, if it's a semi-tractor trailer, does that matter?
It does not matter. We'll service, any type of, basically any type of equipment. The only thing that we're currently not doing is car hauling, like auto hauling, full-size auto hauling, but anything general freight related, dry van, reefer, flatbed, box truck, sprinter van, anything like that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, is this something that you guys would recommend long-term, or is this like something you guys say, well, this may be long-term if you feel you need it, especially if you're growing your fleet, or is it something that can be short-term as well?
It can be a long-term solution for some companies if the owners want it to be. Every situation is different. In reality, though, most companies that join us, it's usually just a short-term solution. Our average client is with us for about 3 to 4 years. And by that time, they've been able to, reinvest the cash back into their business, kind of grow their cash flow, where at that point, they don't really need us. And that's definitely a success story. It's called graduating from factoring. But every situation is different, and what some companies will do is gradually kind of only factor certain parts of their book of their business with us until they're ready to kind of able to go on their own and kind of self-finance everything. But it's mainly important for brand new trucking authorities. Obviously it takes a lot of financing and cash to kind of just get things off the ground in the first place. So that's a huge help, and that's kind of where we will come in and help you get your cash quicker, so you can pay drivers, fuel, obviously, maintenance on your trucks, and et cetera. So it's all about reinvesting back into your business and helping it grow as quickly as possible. That's the main goal.
Absolutely. Can you talk to what the percentage is like, and how does that work? Does it, depending on the number of in your vehicles in the fleet, how does that work?
Yeah. So we have several scalable funding options. Our typical starting rate is usually no higher than 3% for the average one truck startup, and that's just a 3% flat. There's no hidden fees or gimmicks or anything that we don't tell you about in the back end. It's a straight up fee, and then you get all the benefits from that. So what we typically will do is either a flat rate, or if company has aspirations on growing, adding more trucks, it's all based off monthly volume. So typically, the more monthly volume that you do, the lower your rate will get. So that way, the incentives are aligned correctly for both parties. So as you grow, we reward you for that growth, and so your fee gets lower with us, but
Okay.
you still get the same service and everything.
Makes sense. So walk me through the process. You spoke to it a little bit at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
If someone has signed up with you guys with RTS and they've worked out a deal with a broker or what have you,
Mm-hmm.
what's the next step to get you guys involved?
Yeah, so we actually have, I'm glad you mentioned that. We actually have a credit check system that's a huge resource for all of our clients that come on board with us. It has about 30 plus years of payment history in it and over 80,000 brokers and shippers. So that's also a huge tool before you even accept a load or go out searching for loads. You can kind of figure out, who's good to haul for, who maybe to kind of stay away from or has slower pay terms, or maybe, doesn't have as good of a record payment history wise with us. So that's a huge advantage for them too. And it's free of charge. They can use it anytime on our app or on the website portal that we offer to our clients. So once you do book a load, it's super easy. It's just like we have a mobile app, or we have a in-house tech team that's constantly working on it and providing updates for it. So if you use any other mobile app, this one is basically it's just as easy to figure out and use. It just takes a few tries to get it down. Once the load is delivered, the driver or the dispatcher, whoever's in charge of the paperwork for your trucking company, all they have to do is send us scans of the paperwork, like you're taking a picture of a document with your phone, basically, and you upload that with us in our app and type in a couple pieces of information, and then we'll do the rest from there.
That's a huge advantage, I think, for anybody's company, especially if they're working with a customer that's going to be a long-term customer base, meaning that they may be moving multiple loads for that company throughout the week. And so by doing that credit check, they can know if this is a worthy company that they should be working with. So that's definitely a plus. Let me ask you this. How long does, and you may have spoke to it earlier, I can't remember, how long is the payout once, that is it paid out dayable every day? Is it paid out weekly once they upload all the information and it's been approved?
Yep. So we normally our cutoff time is around 12 p.m. 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern for same day funding. But basically our whole goal, our turnaround time is expected is standard ACH is just within 24 hours. Okay. So once you upload to us, we verify everything, it looks good. We'll send it out, and it should be within your bank account within 24 hours.
That's basically a quick pay.
Yeah, definitely. It's, once we send it out, it's basically just whatever bank you're using. Then once they process it, it's good. So typically it's under that, but no more than 24 hours usually.
Okay. What's the length of time to getting signed up with you guys if someone want to move forward?
Yeah, so we have a two-step process. It's an application and an agreement, just a couple sets of paperwork, basic questions on there, company information, your plans, that sort of thing. But yeah, it should just take, once you get the paperwork back, it should just take a business day or two to get set up once your authority is actually active.
Okay. And obviously I'm assuming that the courier or the owner operator in this situation will have to let the broker know that they're working with a factoring company.
Yes. Yep. And then we will also assist in that process. There's a specific document that we send out once you are fully onboarded with us that basically says, that tells the broker that, hey, we're utilizing this factoring company. So, all final payments should be remitted to XYZ. So yeah, and we will actually help with that process as well. So
if they're working with a dispatching service, can that still work?
Yes. Yep. And if you have a dispatcher that is, going to be uploading or doing credit checks or whatever, whatever they need, we can get them access to our portal as well for free.
Okay. Man, that sounds pretty simple. Really simple. So if someone wanted to get started immediately, how would they get in contact with you?
Yeah, I will provide my contact information, and I can have that sent out to you also on your channel or through an email, whatever you prefer. And they can just call me directly or shoot me an email, or call into the main line and ask for me, and we can kind of get everything taken care of from there.
Okay, I'll also put it on the screen here and put it in the description below as well. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So just to kind of recap, as opposed to invoicing a client and waiting 30, 60 days, sign up with, RTS for factoring, get your money, depending on what time of the day you get it in, 4 hours.
Exactly. Yep. It's all about getting your money quicker. Average pay terms are around 34 to 35 days for most company. A lot of bigger shippers are going to be typically beyond that 40 to 50 day range. So we know, a lot of people, not in a position where, especially when you're first starting out, no one wants to wait that long to get paid regardless. Right. So, that's kind of where we come in. We help facilitate that process. It's all about helping your business grow as quickly as possible. So getting your cash quicker and, putting that back into your company and, helping it grow is basically our goal. And that's where we come in. And, we actually started out as a freight brokerage in the 80s. And then 10 years after that started the factoring division. So we've been in the business for quite a long time, almost 30 years now on the factoring side itself. So, It's been, kind of growing in that, we didn't get as big as we are by doing things the wrong way. So yeah, we're definitely looking forward, and we love being a huge resource to trucking companies out there that are kind of first getting off the ground.
Let me ask you this question. When you guys are doing the credit check, let's just say there is a new freight brokering company out there, and a courier wants to work with them. They don't have any credit established yet. How would that process work? Would that be something where we say, look, we recommend not working with them because there's nothing established yet? Or is there a way where you could possibly still work with that particular broker?
Yeah, there is a way potentially. It all depends on if that freight broker is willing to, help us out with like credit references and give us, information that we need for our credit team. We actually have an in-house credit team at our headquarters in Kansas City, and they're currently monitoring this stuff every single day. Financial data on companies and, brokers and shippers and, Fortune 500 companies and what have you. So yeah, if they have a new broker they're interested in working with, as long as they're willing to work with my credit team and get them what they need, and, we should be fine. So.
Okay. And ultimately, listen, you guys are protecting the company, the carriers are signing on with you. So I think it's a good thing. I think it's a great thing. All right. Well, thank you for taking the time to come on and talk to us about factoring. I have a better understanding of what factoring it is and how it can certainly benefit your company. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. Likewise. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to have me on, and hope you have a good weekend and everything.
Yeah. And don't forget to tell them Kenny told you to reach out.
That's right.
They'll be kind to me on my factoring. All right. Well, listen, enjoy your weekend, and we will catch up soon. I'm going to put all your information in the description and put it across the screen here as well.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
Have a good one.
Thank you.